believe I will find the answer. Well, I already know I need you for the feeling of being complete for the first time.
Welcome back, one and all. Welcome back. It's Tuesday. It's time for side 3 of ID.Entity. ID.Entity. The record from Riverside, which is so far sounding incredible. Absolutely incredible. And we have 2 more tracks on here. I'm Done With You and Self-Aware, both of which were singles. We've already listened to these over the last few months. I can't remember when the first one came out. It was probably November or December. But certainly we've had these 2 we've listened to on the channel before. And both of them were really, really good. So I suspect there may be slight differences on the album, on the record version. And then we have side D, or side 4, depending on how you talk about it. They label it as side D. The 2 tracks, Age of Anger and Together Again, which are allegedly bonus tracks. But they're on the album, so why are they bonus? I don't. What's the bonus about it? Is it just that maybe on the download or on the stream they're not included? They're not part of it. Maybe that's it. Right. By the way, I thought I'd just quickly mention on here as well. I made what did I make? I made a text story post yesterday about it. I've started a blog. It's about reaction channels, or this reaction channel, my channel, about how I first started doing it, and so I'm going to talk a little bit about the videos that are on there. I'll talk a bit about the relationships that are built as a result of people commenting and following the reaction videos, and the community that built up. And I've called it reactionships rather than relationships or reactions. It's kind of a combination of both. You see what I did there? Anyway, check it out if you fancy that sort of thing. I'm hoping to update it fairly regularly. At the minute, there's just a single post on there. There's just like the introduction page talking about me. Then at the bottom, go down to the bottom, there's the first blog post, which is talking about my first ever reaction video I made on the 10th of March, 2018. It's a Devon Townsend one. And there's links and stuff in there back to the original video. Anyway, that's enough self-promotion. I don't really do that very well. Let's get on and listen to some music. Oh yeah, I recognise that now immediately.
You've always been my friend, and suddenly you don't like it that I started doing something else. This is not what you expect, so you feel you have to wake me up. You have to make me aware. Tell me I lost my way.
Nice bit distorted bass guitar work. love the way the feel of the rhythm changes here. It's really good.
Tell me what to do. Who do you think you are?
This album is so good. I think it's
my choice, it's my life.
Got to remember this has been out for a long time, this single, so it's more familiar. Which is probably why it's being. If you're hearing this now for the very, very first time, this will blow you away. It's so good.
Educate me, 'cause I clearly don't understand. And you're so clever. You're not my judge, you're not my God. You're not my own CEO. Why don't you simply shut your mouth and take your poison from my soul?
Really quite heavy for Riverside. So it reminds me of the ADHD album. Anno Domini, high definition. I'd not forgotten the song, but it's a long time since I've heard it because there's just been so much other music. So it's not 100% familiar. It's sounding amazing. This is the second single. I really, really like this one. I think this is actually quite a bit longer now than the single version. It's got a really good little sing-along chorus on this. They've got a really good ear for melody. I've got to give it to them.
I told myself I don't need it. Scrolling, watching, reading. I told myself I don't need it to know what kind of world we live in. I shut myself off from the whole broken
verse, I said this before, I think when I first listened to this, it really reminds me of something, and I can't quite put my finger on what it is. Something, it might be something like Boomtown Rats or something like that. It's just something from the 80s. Then you got this bit which goes into the whole sort of police section. Maybe they've been listening to lots of 1980s music. The Police, Boomtown Rats, Squeeze, stuff like that.
I'm sick and tired of our fighting on the minefield, on the social distance warnings. The future is in our hands, but first let's unsubscribe the ones who make us hostile. Unsubscribe the ones who make us hostile. Unsubscribe the ones who make us hostile. I still believe I will find the answer, but I already know I need you for the feeling of being complete for the first time.
I love that bit. Oh.
But truth is that I cannot live without you, and I should do something, cannot just stand and watch. Oh, 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 oh.
God damn it, this is a good record. This is an amazing song again.
I wanna be close to you. Being complete for the first time.
It's got not a very different feel, but it has got an evolution of sound, this record, from previous Riverside records. I think a lot of it is the guitar. It's Marcel Jamela has got a very different sort of tone. It's something quite unique to it. And I think that's where the single ends. I can't remember. loving these synth sounds. It's almost like Jean-Michel Jarre, the keyboard work. Dare I say Lunatic Soul as well, which is kind of not a surprise. Well, it is, because Marius Duda is not playing the keyboards. Nice little reprise. Small. Amazing. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I can hardly wait. I need to turn it over and start listening to side 4. This is so good. It is so good. I love the way that additional section on the end of the last track, Self-Aware, just sort of built on everything that had come before it. And what a beautiful sort of synthy soundscape that was. Absolutely fantastic. I love this. This is such a... I keep saying it. It's such a good record. Oh, Riverside, you've knocked it out of the park with this. You really have. It's unbelievable in some ways that a band can have so many good songs at the same time for an album. Lots of bands have really great songs that are spread throughout the discography, and they have some albums which are very strong, might have sort of like 7 or 8 really good songs on it, and maybe 1 or 2 slightly subpar ones. I mean, that's not the case here so far. Well, how many have we had? That's 7. That's pretty much the official album done, isn't it? There is not one piece of fat to cut from this. It's everything on here is sublime. It's absolutely brilliant. The songwriting is stellar. The musicianship is out of this world. The recording is fantastic. I love the studio sound in here. The mixing, the balance, the reverb, the delay, all the effects on there. It's done masterfully. It really is. And I think you've got to applaud all 4 of the members of the band for bringing their A game, really. Obviously, the bass is really strong. It's always going to be of Marius Duda playing on him, and it shines through. But I have to say, Marseille Meller's guitar work is his building his own identity now. Whereas before, I think he was didn't know quite how he fitted in with the band, and he was playing Piot's parts when they were live. So this is actually probably the first time he's got free reign as a fully fledged member of the band to bring his personality to it, and it's really good. Obviously, he was playing on Wasteland, but he was playing again probably parts that Maris Duda had written, which kind of is okay, but it kind of just makes him almost like a session musician rather than a musician expressing themselves in their own right, which is what's happening here. Now, I've also got to applaud, I'll make sure I get his names right. Yes, Piotr, the drummer. So I love what he's doing here as well. So I know that he plays or has played in sort of really quite extreme metal bands. But he's not bringing that to this at all. This is really rooted in the progressive, in the classic progressive style, mixing up time signatures, being playful on the drums rather than being a heavy hitter, and I think it works so well with Riverside's music. And then of course we've got Michael. I think you just pronounced it Michael Lepage on the keyboards. His work is always inventive and colourful and identifiable. It's difficult to have your own identity on a keyboard, but he really does. But I think it's a lot of it is the combination of sounds that he uses, but always, not on every track, but on a lot of tracks, using that glorious old organ, the rock organ from the 70s. It sounds beautiful, and it meshes so well with the rest of the band, and it's one of the sort of main signature sounds of Riverside, and I'm glad it's still here in spades. But I'm also really, really glad that he's expanded his palette and brought in a lot of those 80s shiny digital synth sounds, which can sound awful, but here they sound fantastic. They sound absolutely fantastic. This is by far, is it my favourite Riverside album? I'm not sure. I mean, this is only a first listen, but that it's having this effect on me on the first pass is boding well. Is boding well. Right, I'm going to flip the record over and listen to the last two tracks, the bonus tracks, Age of Anger and Together Again, and we'll reconvene. So I'll see you guys on the next video, whenever and whatever that is, and until then, this is Jim, over.